Hey everyone, happy Monday. My name's Ashley Shaw, and I am the founder of the Fitness Leader Institute, or the Fly. And I want to, this week, really talk about the three things you need to know about having unshakable confidence as a social seller. This is really, I think, an important topic because the most common reason why you hear that people do not take their business to the level that they dream of is the fear, or this deep rooted feeling that we're not good enough or that we can't make it. And therefore, when we talk about our business, it's like, I'm going to try to get there. I'm going to try to do this. This is where I want to go, but I'm not sure if I can. And we have all this self-doubt sort of floating around. So this is something that absolutely, if we think about unshakable confidence, we need this to get to the next level in our business. Nothing great is achieved without that confidence in ourselves and us being able to place a bet on ourselves. Hey, Lori. And hey, everyone else that joined. Thanks so much for jumping on. So I want to talk about three things that no doubt in the last 13 years of my sales career, the most successful people have done these things. And there's no doubt, like no matter what industry you get into, when it comes to confidence, there is a science behind how to make sure that you are unshakable in your ability to be confident in knowing where you're going and how you're going to get there. So the first thing that you need to know to have unshakable confidence is that your mindset is up to you. And what I mean by this is that if you leave your mindset on autopilot, meaning you do not think about how you work your mind or what you feed your mind, what will happen is your mind will go to the negative every single time. This is like a scientific fact. When you think about all the thoughts that run through your head, we talk to ourselves the most, right? Like all the time that your voice is in your head, it's like 80,000 thoughts a day that that you're thinking about and saying to yourself. If you do not focus on how to get your mindset in the positive, and you allow it to just be on autopilot, your mind goes to the negative because we are programmed to look for fear. As like mankind or humankind, we are designed to look for danger to keep ourselves alive. So what this means is that we are constantly scanning for what's going to hurt me, what's out there that's going to get me. And what happens is this is not good for us in a business because there is a certain amount of fear that and risk that we have to take on. And so what this means is that you have to put positivity into your mind if you expect to act on that positivity later. If you do not put in that personal development, what's going to happen is you're consistently going to doubt yourself. You're consistently going to think, I'm fearful. I don't know what to do. And like, dude, like that is what your body was designed to do. But that is not what's helpful in pushing you to the next level of your business. What this means is that you have to fill your mind with other people that have taken the risks and other people that tell you you can do it. So these are a couple of things that you want to think about. What can I listen to on a daily basis that can help me get into the right mindset? So this is where podcasts come into play. And it's not about creating time. Like, to be honest, that's BS. Like, what it is about using your time in a way that you can double up. Like, I'm all about two bang, one buck. I'm driving, I'm listening to something positive because that's time that I have to spend anyway. So listen to a podcast while you're driving. Another thing, meditations. Meditations can be very, very helpful to help conquer those thoughts. I love to do it when I wake up and let's say I want to press snooze, I will listen to a meditation. Double bang for the buck. Same when I go to bed. I'm trying to fall asleep. I'm going to throw on a meditation. These are like really easy ways to build it into your routine. It has to be a routine. Do not allow your mind to be on autopilot. It will, when things are good, they'll be good, but they will go downhill very quickly, and you'll realize you've gotten out of this routine of being positive. The other one I would recommend, if you're a Tony Robbins fan, it will be great for you. And if you're not, find someone else that does the same thing. Tony Robbins has this, it's like a daily discipline, and he does moving and breathing exercises. So you're walking and you're breathing in this certain way, and it gets more oxygen to your brain. And you can change your state like that. Like you can be like feeling like crap. You do this moving and breathing exercises, you're walking, like you're getting more oxygen in your body, and you're changing your state, however you feel going into that. The second thing that he does is incantations in exercise. So you're repeating to yourself this one thing like over and over as you're exercising and moving your body. And then he also does visualization and gratitude. I mean, there are tons of studies out there about those things, how they combine together. But really, like, this is one thing that separates you as someone that is able to take on that. I feel like entrepreneurship is more a mental game. Like, this is where you can really, really shift how you think about your business and how to get into that positive state. So make sure you're not leaving your mindset on autopilot. The second thing is that when I hear that people are fearful, what I really think about is that you are vulnerable either way, whether you decide to play big and go after it or play small. And I think this, hopefully this resonates with a lot of you people. Drop an emoji if it does, because Brene Brown has like blown the world up with just like coming out of the vulnerability closet and talking about the fact that when you put yourself out there, you are vulnerable. So here's what I want to talk about when it comes to vulnerability. If you play big and you tell people your goals and you put it out there, there is a risk, of course, that you're going to feel there's this vulnerable feeling like it might not happen. But I'm going to tell you, if you play small, you are vulnerable as well, because there is a chance that your potential will not be met or be reached. And that is vulnerability too. So no matter what, you will always be vulnerable. The important part is you lean in and you move in the direction of your dreams. Like, vulnerability is a part of being human. It's on the other side of every emotion that we crave. You want to be loved. You want to go after joy. You want to go after your dreams. Like, vulnerability is there. But vulnerability also plays on the other side of a lot of emotions. Like, we harbor it when we're fearful, when we're anxious, like we're still vulnerable. So it's better to lean into playing big and knowing you're going to be vulnerable no matter what. So just lean into the uncomfortableness, and uncomfortableness will start to feel more and more normal and comfortable, right? Think about it. If you're an athlete and you're training for something, you have to feel uncomfortable before something feels like, oh, I know this feeling. I'm getting short of breath. This is what I train for. It's the exact same thing. This is what you train for as an entrepreneur, to be able to put yourself out there and play big and go after your goals no matter what they are. You might have heard of a BHAG, big, hairy, audacious goal. You go after those goals one after the other, because after you reach one, you're going to want to reach the next. So get comfortable with being uncomfortable. The third thing is that confidence really is a culture. So it's the way that we get something done. That's what culture is, the way in which we believe something gets done. So when it comes to confidence, look at your circle and the people around you, because they are creating a certain culture. And really, if you would not want someone's life, why the heck would you take advice from them? I think this happens to us all the time. We get people in the cheap seats giving us advice about, oh, I wouldn't do that, or I would do that, or I would invest here. And you're like, wait a sec, like, would I swap lives with this person? If the answer is no, then that advice is invalid. like you would never want to follow in those footsteps and take advice from somebody that is not being brave with their lives. Thank you, Brene Brown. Or someone that really isn't showing up and showing you how it should be done. So that's, and I think, a really important part. Look at your circle. Who are you surrounding yourself with? And who are you really taking in advice from? I want to leave you guys with one last bonus point here. I call this, well, I didn't make this up. It's called the sucker's choice, but I think it really resonated with me when I heard it the first time. So when it comes to the sucker's choice is choosing this for that. So I can only have this. I can't have both. I can have one or the other. So I can, I can work out, but I can't do this. Or I can focus on my business, but I can't do this. Stop making sucker's choices. It doesn't have to be this for that. It can be like those examples I gave you where, like, okay, I know I need to work on more of my personal development. What's one small step I can move in that direction? Well, I can queue it up for when I got to drive. That's one small thing I can do. So instead of thinking this for that, think of in terms of small steps to get you toward your goal. Here's the thing. All of us know that in the beginning, we're not going to nail it the first time. That's not what this is about, right? Confidence isn't about going into the ring knowing that you're going to nail it the first time, because chances are we're not. We're going to get our butts kicked a few times, probably tons of times, and we just got to get comfortable with it. But you do have to start somewhere. So those small action steps are really important, and really, challenging yourself when you find yourself making that sucker's choice. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'd love for you guys to leave your biggest takeaway in the comment box below. I think a lot of us have probably been watching a lot of Brene Brown, and she's really, really got me thinking long and hard about confidence, and how do we transfer this to our teams and get more people thinking about what's really holding them back from achieving their goals. So thank you guys, and I'll be back next week with another personal development video. So we'll chat with you guys then.